The next news story coming to us from PC Gamer, I believe. Yeah, PC Gamer. Written by Rick Lane. Sources claim the Knights of the Old Republic remake isn't dead, though what's really going on is anyone's guess. So that was our big headline last week. It was even the thumbnail of the episode that KOTOR was dead. From all the reports that we could tell, it was pretty much non-existent. Well, after all that uproar across the internet, a couple people came forward and they're like, oh, actually, hang on a second. It's been yet another roller coaster week for Embracers. Beleaguered? Is that how you pronounce that? That's a wild word. Remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which was delayed indefinitely last year after Texan studio Aspire Media was relieved of development duties. On Friday, reports emerged that Embracers boss had refused comment on the fate of the game, stating with exquisite irony, I notice that anything I say to this becomes a headline. This triggered a fresh wave of speculation.
So maybe don't say anything.
Game. Right. This triggered a fresh wave of speculation about the game, speculation that was further fueled by claims from Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb, which it seems like what we need to do from here on out is just like not listen to anything Jeff Grubb says. Because I feel like most of the time it's just sensationalized headlines and it ends up either being a little bit right or not right at all. Like it's like barely right or like not right at all. No offense to Jeff Grubb, but I feel like that happens a lot. His name's attached to things that ends up being like, oh, wait a second. Like it wasn't quite 100%, but yeah, Jeff Grubb said it's not being worked on right now. Now, though, two developers at Saber Interactive, Aspire's parent company, have stated that the game is still in production. These claims were themselves shared by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier initially on Reset Era. Asked by other forum members, is it alive, Jason? Schreier commented, I've talked to two people at Saber who both say they're still currently working on it. So I don't believe the comment that it isn't being worked on in any way right now is true. Schreier then confirmed this statement in a post on the website formerly known as Twitter. Just call it Twitter. Writing, can't say whether the KOTOR remake will...
They do that.
Yeah, right. Whether the KOTOR remake will ever actually come out. But yes, two people from Saber Interactive tell me they're still on it, despite recent rumors that nobody's working on the game. Schreier sources tend to be solid, so it's likely that KOTOR remake is still currently happening in some form or another. Schreier also provided some clarification about why the remake was taken off Aspire in the first place. The prevailing narrative is that a demo of the remake shown off by Aspire was disappointing to the extent that the project was taken off of them. But in a follow-up to his initial post, Schreier says this wasn't the case. The demo wasn't egregiously bad, he writes. The biggest issue was misalignment between all the parties with scope and how much progress they could make within a given timeline. So yeah, with that, it seems like KOTOR maybe is happening. Just very slowly. Those might be the only two people working on KOTOR. To be
They
honest.
are. We were talking about this before the show, talking about I think this game is still dead. I wouldn't hold my breath for the KOTOR remake. I feel like if you were waiting, if you've never played KOTOR before, just play the original at this point. Because even if it was still being worked on, the team is so small and skeletal, it's going to take forever for it to get out. So if you really want to experience that story, just play the original game. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I actually recently installed it onto my Steam Deck, and it's technically, according to Steam, it's unplayable on Steam Deck. But when you download it and install it, there's community made like control schemes. And so it takes all the mouse and keyboard stuff and does some crazy magic and makes it work somehow. So I just tested and played for like 5 to 10 minutes just to see if it was playable. I'm like, it's not ideal. It's not. It's really strange how the controls are set up, but it has to be that way because there's no other like there's no HD version of KOTOR. So yeah, so it's not a great feeling game, but I'm like, all right, I could figure this out. Like if I played enough, I could get used to the controls and this would be fine. So I might start doing that down the road here. If really this remake is dead, I might figure out how to just play on the Steam
You could
Deck,
find an Xbox emulator and then play the Xbox version that way. So that way you get native controller support.
Maybe.
Just throwing that out there.
Maybe. Yeah, that might be Might be worth it. Is there? I don't even know. I'm just trying to think on Steam Deck. I've never even seen a tutorial for an Xbox emulator. I'm sure there's one out there.
Yeah, there's got to. I mean, if there's a 360 one, I'm pretty sure it's going to have backwards compatibility. So
that's true. That's true. Yeah, man. I don't know. I might figure something out. But yeah, I was just like kind of surprised. I was like, all right, trying to. It says it's completely unplayable according to Steam. Like they're like, don't even try this. Like there's even like a warning installing it. Like this game is not going to work. But then
if you had a keyboard and mouse hooked up to it, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean at that point I should just play though on my PC. Right. There's no sense in playing on my. But like I said though, I think if I could probably figure it out. Like if I played enough, the controls would I'd get used to it. But but yeah, so this is a bummer. Still, no different than last week, other than a little bit of hope. But even still, the fact that it's like, all right. It's been taken from Aspire. Either way, it's being rebooted, so it's not at any stage to come out anytime soon. If it is real, it's coming out years from now.
I think this is easier for me because we haven't seen any concept art, we haven't seen any concept gameplay, demo, anything that would make you like excited about it. All we know is that it's being made, and then it had that, that trailer that some trailer house probably made in a week.
Yeah, just a CG trailer.
Announce it, right? So I hadn't seen hide nor hair of this game, so technically to me, it doesn't exist. So if it got canceled, oh well. The original two are still here.
Yeah,
I'm fine. Like I said last time.
Yep. So yeah, I guess if you're looking for some hope, there you go. I know Kojima was upset about it, so there you go, Kojima. There's a little hope. But
yeah,
I feel like it's still a ways down the road. Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.